warning, if you want to go into The Last Jedi blind, this video may ruin that.
You're fulfilling your destiny.
Poe Dameron issue number 21 came out this week, and we got some fun new information that may have major implications for The Last Jedi. So this video, I want to talk about 3 bits of information that I think are the most important from this issue. I'm going to list the most important bit first. Lor San Tekka was trying to examine the Kazrath device before the Force Awakens. If you haven't read the earlier issues of this series, the device was supposedly created by the light and dark side of the Force to be used by both at the same time. The device was considered incredibly unique by him and implied a chapter in the grand history of the Force when light and dark were not in opposition, but united. Which sounds exactly what they've been feeding us about The Last Jedi. Light and dark working together.
A balance.
He goes on to explain, light and dark. So many lives have been lost in their battle over the millennia. But I think someday this fight could end. If they could work together, see that in many ways they are the same. This is clearly pushing that Rey and Kylo work together and a balance between the two is found. That they don't have to keep battling for control or to destroy each other. Which perhaps doesn't turn out to be true Grey Jedi, but the dark and light side allowing each other to live without conflict. Though I really want Force users that use both the light and dark sides of the Force, but that could just be me. Of course, we also know Rey and Kylo see themselves in each other, hinting towards Tekka's statement, in many ways, they are the same. We also know there's supposed to be a huge change in the Jedi Order, or how it operates, by the end of The Last Jedi. Which could be this reveal, that the two sides need to stop destroying each other. There's also way too many clues showing that Kylo and Rey have an attraction towards each other and team up this episode. From Daisy saying that Kylo and Rey's relationship is, quote, awesome, to Kylo thinking that he feels something more towards Rey, to Adam saying that Daisy is an amazing scene partner, and Daisy and Adam going to multiple meetings with each other, which I really don't want to go into this video, but it's all very interesting. It is also big they're pushing it in the comic series, as they've hinted at certain reveals in the comics in the past. Next, we learn that Leia eventually was given the gowns her biological mother, Padme, wore after being kept on Naboo for many years. Also, we learn that Leia is grandchild crazy. Which I know doesn't sound important for The Last Jedi and beyond, but the fact that Leia has these outfits despite never truly knowing her bio-mom, and that they mean so much to her and she wants her granddaughter to wear them one day, says a lot. She could be lying to get what she wants, but I honestly believe she still hopes that Kylo can be redeemed like her brother felt that their father could be. And of course we had hints about her being grandbaby crazy before when Ben was just an infant. While Han was holding their son, Leia told him, just think, hotshot, someday you might even be a granddad. Leia, the guy's freaking out about just becoming a dad, and you just became a mom. Maybe, I don't know, calm the fuck down. But I think this has further implications for the Skywalker family. With Leia likely being dead by the end of the trilogy and Luke definitely not sowing any more wild oats, and the tragic end of Anakin and Padme, the Skywalker clan seriously needs a happy ending. If Vader, who murdered children and a ton of other people, can be redeemed, and other murderous characters and other legend material, Kylo can be redeemed as well. I still think people are just too emotional over Kylo killing a character that they loved, and they're forgetting that Anakin just sliced and diced some little kids. With the hints of Reylo I mentioned before, maybe they hook up, maybe they get married, maybe Kylo knocks her up and then he dies and they have a daughter, and that's the granddaughter Leia always wanted that ends up wearing her mother's clothing. Or maybe Rey becomes like the daughter she never had. Then there's this quote from Daisy on the final scenes of Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia. Daisy responded, "The last thing Carrie and I filmed together was emotional for a variety of reasons. It's the end of the film, and all of this crazy stuff has happened. There's this moment that we share, and thinking about it now, I realize that it's going to be really hard to watch. Because it will all seem like a goodbye, even though it wasn't at the time. That really makes it sound like Leia passes something on to her, as in passing a torch, maybe something personal. Lastly, BB-8 is likely responsible for his girlfriend's death before The Force Awakens, and I know how weird that sounds. BB-8 talks his romantic partner into flying with a woman that has a habit of getting her droids destroyed, and Evie doesn't make it to The Force Awakens, or maybe they break up. So now we know BB-8 was probably in mourning during the events of The Force Awakens. Which could explain why he's supposed to be so comical in The Last Jedi. Maybe he's finally moved on. Poor BB-8. Okay, so this comic was fantastic. Hints towards the future of the Jedi Order, Leia still having hope for Kylo and perhaps giving us hope for him in return, and BB-8 finally out of his funk. But what do you think? Am I just being a crazy woman? I'm just being a crazy woman. Thanks so much for watching. Please like the video and subscribe for more Star Wars videos.